Good morning, class. Today we continue with Chapter 17, Home Environment Assessment. I am your presenter, Tan Yukin. Home is a crucial living space for older adults, directly impacting their physical and mental well-being. Let us begin today's lesson. This chapter is divided into 5 main sections. 1. Family structure. 2. Family support. 3. Family role transformation. 4. The main contradiction in the psychological development of the elderly. And V. Assessment of role function, family function, and family support. We will now examine each of these sections systematically. Firstly, let's take a look at the first part, family structure. Family structure comprises external and internal dimensions. The external structure refers to family typology, such as nuclear family and stem family, while the internal structure encompasses family roles, family rights, family communication, family values. These elements collectively form the foundational framework of the family environment. 4. Primary external family structures. Nuclear family composed of married couples and their unmarried children. Stem family includes multiple generations of direct lineal relatives. Joint family consists of multiple married sibling units. Other forms, single-parent households, grandparent-led households, etc. Understanding family structures facilitates comprehension of fundamental household characteristics. Having examined external structures, we now analyze the internal architecture of families. These 4 elements are equally crucial. 1. Family roles refers to the specific parts each member plays within the family system. These roles are dynamic rather than static, evolving throughout the family life cycle. For example, transitions from son to father and eventually to grandfather. 2. Family authority. This determines the decision-making structure within the household. 4 common patterns are observed. Traditional authoritarian family power. Instrumental authority type of family power. Sharing authoritative family power. Emotional authority type of family power. 3. Family communication. This refers to the information exchange activities among family members. Based on whether the content is emotionally related, it can be categorized into emotional communication and mechanical communication. Based on whether it is directly directed at the other party, it can be divided into direct communication and indirect communication. Effective communication serves as a lubricant for family harmony. 4. Family values. This refers to the shared attitudes and fundamental beliefs of family members regarding family activities, behavioral norms, and life goals. It constitutes the core of family culture. After understanding family structures, we now examine the second component, family support. Family support refers to the behaviors or processes of mutual encouragement, support, and assistance among family members. Family support is the most important emotional pillar for the elderly, helping them maintain a positive mindset, gain confidence in life, and thus enhance their positive willpower. Economic support. The income of the elderly mainly consists of 3 parts: pension, their own labor income, and support from family members. Among urban elderly, pensions are the primary source of income, supplemented by their own labor income and support from family members. In contrast, rural elderly rely primarily on family support, with pensions and their own labor income playing a secondary role. Research indicates that economic support has a positive impact on the health of the elderly, and their health improves as the level of economic support from family members increases. Daily care. Family members' care for the elderly mainly includes diet, excretion, personal hygiene such as helping the elderly comb their hair, wash their face, and take a bath, environmental hygiene such as helping the elderly clean their rooms, changing positions in bed, moving between beds and chairs, and walking. Emotional support. Emotional support from family members can effectively promote the mental health of the elderly, and the companionship of family members can effectively reduce the frequency of abnormal behaviors and mental symptoms in the elderly, slow down progression of diseases, and thus improve the quality of life of the elderly. Next, we proceed to the third section, family role transitions. 1. The role of laborer is transformed into the role of being supported. As people age and their physical functions decline, some elderly people gradually transform from being the breadwinners of their families to being supported by others. They go from supporting their families to being able to support themselves, and may even need to rely on subsidies from other family members to maintain their lives. 2. The decision-making role has been transformed into a civilian role. The elderly used to be the decision-makers in family affairs. However, in today's rapidly developing society and constantly updated knowledge, the elderly's ability to learn new knowledge and accept new things is far inferior to that of young people. This makes it difficult for them to make correct decisions based on past experience, and thus they gradually lose their decision-making power. 3. The tool role is transformed into an emotional role. As people enter old age, their physical functions and health decline, forcing them to shift from being mere breadwinners to providing emotional support, fulfilling the emotional needs of family members through companionship and listening. However, for most elderly people, this role transition is often accompanied by resentment and pain. 4. The role of parents is transformed into the role of grandparents. As people enter old age, they often take on the responsibility of caring for the third generation, and this role change often leaves them feeling helpless in their daily lives. 5. The spouse role is transformed into a single role. As people enter old age, most will experience widowhood. After widowhood, many elderly people may not receive care and support from other family members. Caregivers can easily fall into a state of sadness, which can lead to suicidal thoughts, especially for the elderly who lack income and have low social status. Now, let's examine the main contradiction in the psychological development of the elderly. Older adults primarily face 4 major psychological conflicts: role transition and social adaptation contradictions. After retirement, the elderly change from laborers to dependents, and their social status, family status, and living environment all change. The contradiction between enjoying a peaceful old age and unexpected events. Unexpected events in real life create a stark contrast and profound contradiction with the desire for good health. The contradiction between active aging and physical and mental aging. Ambitious, idealistic, and ambitious seniors, even after leaving their jobs, are not content with a life of leisure and strive to make a difference in their later years. The contradiction between having enough to eat and not having enough economic security. Elderly people who are financially strapped and have low social status are prone to developing feelings of inferiority due to a lack of economic security. Finally, we will learn specific assessment methods. Role function assessment primarily examines three aspects. 1. Role performance. Document the individual's historical social roles, for example, laborer, administrator, and familial positions, for example, father, mother, alongside current roles, for example, grandparent care, recipient, to evaluate role transition patterns and evolving family status. 2. Role perception. Determine whether the older adult demonstrates clear understanding of their assumed roles, including associated rights and responsibilities. Method. Elicit descriptions of personal role, perception, and familial expectations. 3. Role adaptation. Measure satisfaction with current roles and identify potential maladaptation symptoms such as cephalalgia, sleep disturbances, anxiety, depressive manifestations. Family functional integrity directly correlates with geriatric, physiological, and psychological welfare. During assessment, we may utilize the professional Smilkstein Family Function Scale. This instrument determines family functional status through scoring of 5 standardized items. Total score interpretation. 7 to 10 points indicates healthy functioning. 4 to 6 points suggests moderate impairment. 0 to 3 points reflects severe dysfunction. Assessment of family support level utilizes the Procidano and Heller scale, which evaluates the degree of support through responses to 9 questions. A higher score indicates a better level of support. Today's new lesson content concludes here. An after-class overview question is assigned. Please briefly describe the types and specific components of family structures. Students are encouraged to complete this task carefully with reference to class notes.